want to move. Accept the body you're in, accept the mind you have, and use it to your best advantage. My name is Charlie Dannelly. I'm a personal trainer from Hollywood, California. I train a lot of people. I train a lot of people you've probably seen on the silver screen, TV, whatever the case may be, performers, music, video. I've trained some of the highest directors, producers, CEOs of a lot of major film corporations such as Sony, Paramount Pictures, CBS, and the list goes on. This idea came to me out of a demand. My business was going very well, it was picking up very fast, and I needed to organize my success. And so the way I did that was I came up with a solution that could help just about everybody, and I just plug in the parts. One of the biggest hurdles for just about anybody when it comes to managing their health, whether it's weight, whether it's getting in shape for anything that you want to do in life, climb mountains for a living, who knows, you're going to have to overcome some mental hurdles. You're going to have to deal with yourself on a personal level. So that's what transform your body and your life comes from. It's not necessarily you getting in shape physically. It's you getting in shape physically, but it's also you getting in shape mentally, which is why you're here today, which is why you're at John C. Smith University to get a higher education. I want to tell you a little bit about the way I look at fitness. I wouldn't be in the business I'm in if it wasn't for one thing, and that's gravity. Now, some of you might be going into science. You might want to look into this. I don't know. But gravity is the reason we're here. Gravity has everything to do with anything you're going to do internally, emotionally, and physically. It's here to stay. It's a constant. It doesn't go anywhere. Everything that you decide to do in life has gravity in and around it. Your feelings and your stress are connected to gravity. The earth exists because of gravity, of course. But every cell in your body has a measure of gravity. And you have millions and billions of cells in your body. When you feel yourself in a situation, you think that things are coming down on you, and it's hard to make a decision, and it's weighing on your emotions, it's not all your fault. Okay? Nature has something to do with that. Liberty Hyde Bailey was a botanist in the late 1800s, early 1900s. And his famous quote as a master gardener was, "One does not begin to make a garden until he wants a garden." Now, I'm hypothetically saying this and metaphorically speaking this so that you understand what a fitness mind is. To want a garden is to be interested in plants, winds and rains, birds and insects, warm-smelling earth. Now, for you to be so interested in a garden that you want to call it a warm-smelling earth means that you're putting your face in it. You want to know exactly what is in it. Every element in a garden, Liberty Hyde Bailey had a passion for. And if you're going to succeed in anything in life, you better check your passion. Do you have passion for it? If you are interested in something and you don't know exactly, and you aren't exactly sure that you're going to do this for a living, some people that major in science end up becoming, working in education. Some people that major in engineering end up becoming ministers. Wherever your life takes you, wherever gravity pushes you, make sure you're passionate about what you do so that you can be successful. So everybody stand up for a second. All right, is everybody tuned in? On the count of 3, I want you to say, "Win the self." 1, 2, 3. Win the self. Okay, Myra is going to lead you in a small jog in place. Now I know you guys are too cool to do this, but listen to me, okay? I have a reason for you to do this. It's only for about 10 to 15 seconds, and Myra's going to lead off, okay? On the count of 3, I want you to jog in place right there. 1, 2, 3, go. Let's go, jog, jog, jog. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you can sit down. You can have a seat. Thank you. Mind, body, spirit, and soul. Mind, body, spirit, and soul. Sounds hokey, but let me explain something to you. First of all, let me make a disclaimer. I'm not going to call anybody down and ask them any embarrassing questions, okay? So you're off the hook. I don't know any of you. But here's the thing. When I said that, where was your mind? Where was your body? Where was your spirit? Where was your soul? Was it here? Were you listening to me? Was it still in the dorm room? Was it across the street? Was it at Church's Chicken? No. I grew up here, man. Let me tell you. I know something about Church's Chicken. But the thing is, your body went through what's called a cortisol rush, if you were listening. And if you didn't want to get called up here, you went through your mind and forgot everything on the outside to find out what it is I'm going to ask you. What do I know about you? It's impossible. He can't know that. And you're right, I can't. But your brain surfed every memory since the day you were born, or tried to. Some of you experienced it. Maybe some of you didn't. That's focus. That's focus. That's the fitness mind. That's the type of focus it takes to succeed if you want to. That's the type of focus it takes to understand a hard problem in science. That's the type of focus it takes to understand where you want to go in life. If your brain is in your dorm room and your body's in a classroom and your spirit is out at a party, how are you going to hear anything? How are you going to understand anything? You got to learn how to focus. There are 4 keys to the fitness mindset: spiritual, physical, social, and financial. We're going to talk a little bit about those, but the first thing I want to do is talk about financial, the last one. Talk about the last one first. Financial success is not about making $1 million. I train people that have tipped the billionaire mark. And let me tell you something. They can stress just like a man with just $10 in his pocket. You know why? Because if you made $1 billion and your cost of living is $2 billion, guess what? You're stressed out. Because the money you're making is not helping you keep the things that you got. You need $2 billion, you only made $1 billion. You hear what I'm saying? Financial success is about how money affects the quality of your life. And some of you are here for higher education and make a lot of money. A gentleman came up to me today, he wants to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs want to make a lot of money. You don't want to be an entrepreneur and not make money. But if you're making $1 million and you're living off $2 million, you're not doing yourself any good. It's an emotional attachment. Once you get blessed to start making that money, make sure you check yourself. Make sure you have a fitness mind. Make sure you win yourself. Don't go out spending all your money just because you want to make Sally or Henry look good. Or look good too. Being in debt can wipe your memory of any type of success, make you feel like a loser. I've seen it. I've seen people hit the highest part of success. One of my clients that I met through my wife, actually. I was nervous to meet him, went over to this fancy hotel to train him. It was 6 o'clock in the morning, comes in, I'm like, I know he's going to be late. He's famous, he's an icon. He walks in, he gets on the treadmill, he says, you know how to turn this on? I'm like, bloop, there you go, let's go. First thing he asked me, he said, you save your money? That's the first thing that came out of his mouth, 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, I'm not going to drop any names, Jesse Jackson, but let me tell you something. That was a shocker because I'm not looking for him to say anything except, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want you telling me what to do. But he was concerned enough to ask me if I had my life in order. And I'm thinking, why would he care? And then it dawned upon me, why he asked me that. Because if I didn't, he didn't want to hear another word come from me. You know why? Because to him, I ain't got it together. So when I tell him that I live within my means, he's like, okay, we can talk. That's part of your character, your financial well-being. Everybody got that? Fitness makes you happy. I know I haven't been all smiles today, but I'm a personal trainer, so I'm always charged to come at you. I'm your gravity. I'm making things heavy right now, forcing you to lift your spirits. If you do exercise, it always is good to do something to help you focus during and after your exercise. This is something I charge my clients to do, to just go through this little routine. Before you begin each workout, start with an open mind, do a short meditation on what you want in return for your sweat, pain, sacrifice, and hard work in the gym. Short meditation. Focus not only on physical results, but also on mental, financial, emotional, and spiritual. Doing this will open the door for your mind and your body to move in the right direction to obtain wondrous things. Gravity is interesting. So, when you feel gravity pushing on you, making things tough, don't allow it to keep pushing on you. Instead, accept life's workout and pull away. Things are going to get tough. Don't take the easy classes just because you think you can pass it. Find your passion. How many of you want to be successful? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you want to be wealthy? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you want to be respected? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you want to be loved? Raise your hand. All right. All these things are weight on your life. All these things will bear down on you because they are what you want. The strongest man has to lift the heaviest weight to win. The fastest man has to run the fastest time to win. And the smartest people have to be the smartest to win. There's a lot that I could tell you, but if you want, you can go to my website. It's called thepowerofthefitnessmind.com. And you can get the book. If not, you can reach out and talk to me, and I can give you some more insight on how to stay focused, stay engaged, find your passion, and don't let anybody scare you into doing anything against your own will. Accept who you are, accept the body you're in, accept the mind you have, and use it to your best advantage. My name is Charlie Dannelly, personal trainer from Hollywood, California. You want me to leave this on?